thank you all for inviting me. We know who you are, David, yeah, the others, and the ACLU that I'm happy to support. Not enough, but I'm happy to support. Interesting how the themes have repeated themselves, or sadly that they have. Sarah McClay and Suzanne, and many people have, the homeless has been a theme. And I was looking through my own poems, and many, many are about the homeless. So I'm going to read one. I'll have actually 3 different themes. Sadly, 3 different themes, yes. So this is the first. Someone knows her name, and it's Los Angeles, 2019. Who's the woman? What's her name? Changing in the restroom, splashing armpits with cold water. Room to roam in privacy. Room to rest, collect oneself. I brush away croissant crumbs. Move along. She's come and gone. Daily routine's other now, but not her car. Someone knows her name. There are days she's properly arranged. Shame hidden. Idaho, Tennessee, the streets she parks on intersect in noise. Confusion. Invisible, she can be seen. Once she had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Knife and fork, plate and spoon. Clean sheets, towels. The silence of alone, the noise within. Someone knows her face, her fear, my shame of moving on. What can we do? And here's another theme that has emerged lately, and it's an old poem. And I'm sorry that it has emerged, but this is for Tadeusz Różewicz, who was a Polish poet, who underwent the Nazis, and then the Russians, the Soviet Union was then, and his uncertain life. So this is for him, and it's called A Jew in the Cupboard. The weather is uncertain out, and inside too, as in Poland after the war. We talk of Różewicz naming his world. This is a tree, a goat. This is the rebirth of spring, a leaf, a man, a woman, whole after the winter. Right here, drivers move through an underpass, avert their eyes to avoid men sleeping. Look away from women shadowed in doorways. One, nose bleeding hard, runs to a doctor. A walk-in, the nurse calls out. And ankles on the phone, but we don't do ankles here either. Różewicz might say, this is a shoe, a bar of soap. This is a ring, a suitcase. What would you do if threatened? Would you point to the Jew in the cupboard? A man, a woman, small as a dish. In a closet, a person can stand tall, hiding. In a cupboard, an object rests, a small Jew in uncertain weather. And this is quite new, as Gail knows and some others who were here together yesterday. This is based on Carlos Drummond Andrade, a Brazilian poet who died several decades ago. And his poem was called A Souvenir of the Ancient World, and it's a fabulous poem. My poem is called Another Souvenir of the Ancient World, New York, 1948. And I should say before I read it that everybody has their quirks. And mine is, I'm afraid, honesty. So it's very strange to live in this Trumpian world where reality is so far from real reality. So another souvenir of the ancient world. New York, 1948. Familiar as fading, my wallpaper, flowers crimson with green tendrils, the New York Times, and breakfast toast, always our animated dinner talk, father's tie and jacket, mother's evening robe, silk patterned, orange and black, perfumed. I washed my hands, combed my hair. The radio, our fireside for Roosevelt's chats, a great brown box, glowing dials in the room, living partly on the oriental rug. Outside, the Hudson, the drive and danger, snow flush over hidden risks. Michael broke his wrist sledding. We had to look sharp crossing Broadway, the gorgeous cacophony of music and fumes, the roar of exhaust, cars, trolleys, buses, lights, shining red, green, yellow. Sometimes I miss the bus to 53rd, miss the museum, but not school, not home. And yes, back by dark, a promise given, kept. The Times always orderly. When Roosevelt died, someone took his place. It was the rule. A word given meant something. You gave it, you kept it. They had rules. They had truth in those days.